had an instance where I had to go out for a bio break and I turned right and the bathroom was right inside the bar. I was like, wow, that's brilliant. And then right then I saw one guy coming out of the bathroom. And as the meeting was going on, and the general evaluator says, I would like the grammarian to read his roles. And he was that guy. Did he even know that the G is going to call him? He just appeared from the bathroom and said, today as a grammarian. Wow. You guys bring in so much innovation. And then when it was time for TT, some of them were a little uncomfortable, as is in every club. And it's very hard to hide. You have these beautiful pillars. I saw two guys happily sitting behind them. They had no idea what is going on, and they very clearly knew, I'm not going to be called. So I know why people take those chairs right behind that. So that is really great. So now coming to humorous speech education session. By the way, humor is a very serious business. The other day I took an education session, and soon after that there was snack time. I went, had my tea, and one guy came and said, hey, yeah, sir, that was a nice session, but there was no humor. I said, did you understand that humor is a very serious business, and I didn't come here to deliver a humorous speech. I came here to tell you that humor is a very serious business, and that is what I was trying to do. So how many of you are planning to attend this year's humorous speech contest? You haven't made up your minds yet. All right, okay. What, 10%? 10%. Any women attending? No? Somebody told me that humor is not for women. Serious allegation that humor is not for women. And I've seen women crack it out of shape. And apparently, in fact, one of them even won the district level competition. So I definitely encourage women to go ahead and participate in humorous speech contest. My very first question, what do you mean by humor? Let's make it interactive, okay? So it'll be interesting because collective knowledge is amazing.
Making someone laugh.
Making someone laugh is the most straightforward answer. Making someone laugh, okay?
It's actually out of box situations which are unusual in nature.
Out of box situations?
Out of the usual ways, the things that happen out of the usual ways which actually tickle that unusual.
Correct. Out of the usual, which tickles the funny bones. Yes, sir. You're saying something?
A normal thing exaggerated with that creates humor.
Okay, a normal thing exaggerated will trigger humor.
Surprise.
Surprise, exactly. In fact, I'm just looking for the answer. Surprise. How many of you find it difficult to write a humorous speech? Many of us, right? Many of us, I know. Undoubtedly. And some of us feel that humor is not for me. No way, I can never do humor. It's very simple. If you laugh for jokes, it means that you can do humor. How many of you do not laugh for jokes? None of us, right? So you all can do humor. So that's my very first suggestion. I don't want to advise you. You know this great guy called Socrates? His only job was to go around giving advices, later people poisoned him. So never give advices. Give suggestions, people will take it. What else is humor?
You have a concept in it.
Sorry?
You have a concept in it.
You have a concept in it, okay?
Light-hearted.
Light-hearted moments, okay.
Fun.
Fun. So why is it difficult for many of us to write a humorous speech? We are able to define humor so beautifully, but why is that it's difficult to write a humorous speech?
It's very difficult to write a humorous speech personally because a stand-up comedian can deliver jokes without any transition. But when it comes to a humorous speech, you need to have the right transition within your jokes.
Correct. And some people find it difficult to differentiate between a stand-up comedy and a humorous speech. It's like a love marriage. No, it's like a love affair and a marriage. Stand-up comedy is like a love affair. It can break anytime. Humorous speech is like a marriage. It's less risky, goes on for a long time, and it's stable. Very simple. And there is transition throughout that life. In love affair, you never know. You can jump from one person to another overnight. I'm sure many of you have that experience.
It's difficult to express the delivery of humor while writing.
It is difficult to express the delivery of humor while writing. Okay, that is another challenge all of us have.
You're not sure whether they laugh. You have that.
Exactly. So all of us have this fear, will people laugh? Right? Humorous speech is one of the most difficult to write because rest all speeches will form under an 80% bucket. where you can create anything and you can go there and speak without any expectations from the audience, and audience will also know what you are up to. But humorous speech is lying in that small 20% bucket where the expectations are very clear. When you come here to deliver a humorous speech, you are expected to make them laugh. That is the biggest bottleneck in writing a speech. We all think, oh my God, if they don't laugh, what will happen to them?
Timing?
Timing?
Yeah. If we take a much longer time for a joke, it becomes dragging.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You prepare for a laughter, it doesn't happen, you don't know what to do. You don't prepare for laughter, people laugh, you feel that time. So on time, then you really
That is, yeah, timing is very important.
Sir, if I am seeing JayaNarayanan laugh, is absolutely wrong.
Exactly. If you look at somebody, sometimes you start laughing. Yeah? And that's the biggest plus for any humorous speaker.
Dialogues and expressions are.
Sorry?
Dialogues, expressions are.
Expressions, body language, yeah, all of those really matter. Where do you get stuck when you write a humorous speech? When you start writing a humorous speech? Do you start thinking, what all can I write that can make people laugh?
Anything.
Know your audience? Okay, will they laugh or not?
No, what type of jokes they
What kind of jokes will connect with them? Alright, so
How to make the first 30 seconds humorous?
how to make the first 30-second humorous? Is there a contest speech that you all remember collectively? A very difficult question, but have you watched or seen the last year winner speech?
Yes.
So you were there. How many of you have seen that speech? Not many. Alright, okay, it happened in Vellore, probably many of you couldn't make it. That speech was, the winner was Toastmaster Karthik Mohandas. His speech was about wearing a lungi for a conference. It was,
I did that.
you witnessed this, totally out of the box, like you said. And it was definitely hilarious. It was hilarious because he was my mentee. I've seen so many speeches and I've been studying people doing humorous speech because my only bottleneck when I started my career in Toastmasters was I couldn't do humor. I still remember 2006 when my organization invited CTM to come and do a demo meeting. I was like this sitting in a corner, really scared of what was happening. There was this table topics master who called me and gave me a topic. I will never forget that gentleman and I'll never forgive that gentleman. He gave me such a simple topic, I just couldn't speak. I couldn't speak. And that gentleman actually is sitting in this corner. DTM Abraham Sakura. Whenever I see him, I am reminded of that torture that he gave me. I just couldn't speak. There were almost 150 people sitting there and just smiling at the goof up that I did. And the next best action was a club's humorous speech contest. And I decided I must participate, and everybody pushed me into participating in that contest. It was in 2007 at my club, Computer Science Corporation, CSE, Toastmasters. I gave an amazing speech. Nobody even giggled. Forget laughter, nobody even giggled. And when I wrote that speech, I was so confident. Wow, I'm writing a killer humorous speech. And I was so bold when I walked up there, and when you're overconfident and people don't react to your expectations, imagine the damage it does to you. I was so humiliated that day, and I went to my house, looked at the mirror and said, you will never, ever do a humorous speech in your life. And till date, I've been following that. Many people think that I'm a winner at the district level. I'm not even a winner at the club level. And the last speech that I ever gave in my life was in 2007. And some of you are wondering, why the hell did you come here now? Because usually the winners are invited to do an education speech. That tells you, I'm the most jobless guy in Chennai. You call me anytime. That's the reason he told you. You go to that club, you'll see him. You go to that club, you'll see him. Not that I'm good in humor, it's just that I'm absolutely available. Give me half an hour notice, I'll land up in your club. So that's why in many clubs I've been a stepney. So the main education speaker doesn't land up, That's why people look at the poster and say, hey, this is not the guy in the poster. It is not. That guy did not come. In fact, this happened even last week. Somebody told, this guy actually accepted to come, but he couldn't come. Can you come? I said, when is the meeting? Another 1 hour. I said, this is not fair. Yeah. You can't humiliate me so much. I agreed I'm jobless. I'm not that jobless. Let me at least show that I'm busy for the next 1 hour. I landed up. I went there. I never miss any opportunity that is given to me. Now the reason that I've been working on my humor is I felt humiliated that day and I decided that I'd work on my humor. And I got too obsessed with humor, and then wherever I go, whatever I speak, I make sure that I induce humor. I failed miserably. But it's okay to fail, because humor, like many of them today showed us, is one of the best things that you can do in your life. It can lighten any hard moment. Humor is like using a diaper. It will not give you a permanent solution, but it will at least help you get out of a nasty situation. Do you agree with me? It doesn't give you a permanent solution, but it helps you get out of a nasty situation. Now, how do I build a humorous speech? And in the past, I've studied so many humorous speeches, and I've read a couple of books, in fact, including a book by Judy Carter. There are 3 things that we need to keep in mind. One is the overall subject. When you sit down to write a humorous speech, what is that overall subject that I can write on? That can connect with the audience. We'll call it the subject for the time being. What could that subject be? Give me an example. Overall, broad subject that you can write a humorous speech on. Donald Trump, okay. We'll keep that as America. The broader the better. The easiest, broadest subject that will connect with this audience is Toastmasters. If you look at any Toastmasters related humorous speech, chances are they would have won. In the last year, the top 2 were about Toastmasters. One was Karthik Mohandas. He spoke about wearing lungi in a Toastmasters conference. Number 2 was Alan. He spoke about his experiences in a Toastmasters environment and a club. So these 2 really won. So you need to look at a very broad subject that is connectable with the audience. And it could be Toastmasters. What else it could be?
Daily life situations.
Sorry?
Daily life situations.
Daily life situations, so we can take it as a life. Our life. Broad. Okay. Any other broad?
Profession.
Profession? Yeah, my work. Marriage? Absolutely. Yeah. Chennai? Yeah, it could be. Travel? It could be. Sorry? Politics, but politics is taboo, so we will try and avoid that. We know now broader subjects, right? Many of you got these broader subjects. The next, we need to drill it down to the next level of granularity, which is called the attitude. Karthik Mohandas, his subject was Toastmasters. His attitude was confidence. He's drilling down. He's taking one aspect of Toastmasters and trying to narrow it down. Confidence. So he's not going to talk about table topics. He's not going to talk about weekly club meetings. He's not going to talk about anything else. He's only narrowing it down to the confidence. So if you take marriage as a broader subject, what could the attitude be? Wife. Okay. Right. You take broader subject as life. What would that attitude be? Traffic jam. Why not? Yeah. Day-to-day, daily problem. It's a daily problem. Traffic jam.
Work.
Sorry?
Work.
Yeah, work is the broadest, work under life you're saying. So somebody said profession, sir, you said profession. So what could that attitude be?
Boss.
Being thrown out.
Boss, right? Boss, being thrown out. Okay, termination could be one attitude. Any other attitude that will be?
Teammates. Love. Teammates.
Love? Oh, you mean work? Love.
Love. Not love.
Girlfriend.
Yes,
Under work is
Yeah, under work?
Teammates.
Under work.
Underwork.
Okay, yeah. Obviously, in offices there are a lot of law enforcement. Yeah. Okay. Teamwork.
Teammates.
Okay, all right. So attitude is your next level of granularity, right? Then the next is the premise. Now majorly humor comes out of where? Where does humor originate? You said funny situations, out of the box thinking.
Self-deprecating.
Self-deprecating is one, but where does humor come out of?
When you socialize
Drop
with
it.
the people.
Socialize with people,
But there is an element of surprise.
So,
element of surprise, but let me tell you, it is the most surprising. Humor comes out of pain. Pain. Many times, if you look at humor, they actually originate from pain. You have a problem, you have a discomfort, you have an uneasiness. That is where humor comes out. It's easiest to make humor out of uncomfortable, uneasy, painful situations
Which happened in the past.
in the past. Now let me go back. Marriage, wife, there is a pain point. Everything is a pain point, absolutely. So I know some of us may not buy, then the women are just 10% here. So we could just happily dwell into the topic, but we will not go further in that. Okay, so then you said work, love, where is the pain? Breakup, okay. And then meeting expectations. She wants you to come on time. Before she comes, you should be there in office. Every time you should buy a gift and keep it on her table before she comes. You should say sorry first. These are the pain, right, that you have. So work, love, pain are all these. Marriage, wife, you need to take her for shopping. You need to give her money to laugh. Yeah. So all of these things are there. And then what else? So life, traffic jam. What are the pain points? There are many, right? Frequent. Sorry. Irritating, yeah, irritating auto guy, okay, auto guy, traffic signals, too many traffic signals. Somebody asking me to stop.
Getting caught by the police.
Getting caught by the police. The youngster there telling us what it means to, right? Pain points can bring humor. So it is what is the top? Subject, attitude, premise. If you can really start drilling down and then write down where all you have these pain points. Do not write a humorous speech. Your first speech should never be, sorry?
Even a failure can be a pain.
It's a failure, of course. Any failure is a pain point. So do not write a humorous speech in the first attempt. No way. If you have humor in your first attempt, then you're going to lose it. Write down the problems that you're having in life. The best form of humor is when you can laugh at your problems. So this is a different way of thinking how we can write. Now suddenly once I finish this, you all are thinking, man, I'm going to write a humorous speech contest. It's that easy. Actually speaking, it's that easy. But you got to be very serious about it. Now pain points. Broad subject is Toastmasters. The attitude is my club, CTM. And the premise is my difficulty towards attending every week the meeting. Now tell me, what are all the difficulties you have for attending this meeting? After lunch sleep, okay? Family time. Permission from wife. Missing movies. What happens here? The pain point. These are external.
Bonda served at the cafeteria.
Bonda served after the meeting.
After the meeting.
Or it should be before the meeting actually. Is that what your pain point is?
The size and the quality.
Oh, size and the quality. Forget serving before after. Size and the quality. Okay, table topics very threatening. All right. Okay.
Not enjoying Sunday.
Not enjoying, allow me to enjoy Sunday. So I see a lot of external pain points. I'm asking about internal pain points. Mentor. See, it's slowly coming up. I'm going to run a grievance cell now. Okay, mentor. I'm not going to dwell too much. BPE. Okay, right? Okay, the most troublemaker in a club. Okay. The timer. Yeah, most annoying.
Our counter catching all our hours.
Yeah, our counter catching all our ass. Fantastic. Grammarian? Yeah, the guy out of bathroom? Hopeless he is. Now tell me.
Finally, the evaluator will say it's very good speech.
Very good. Absolutely.
Right. In your case, was sergeant.
In my case, it was
Not allowed to go out.
Not allowed to go out. Absolutely, he was there standing, but good that I found the bathroom. All right. Now tell me a few incidents where they made your life miserable. Sir, your mentor.
Whenever I did not give a speech for a month, he used to come and they really want me to give a speech.
He keeps nagging you, saying why you are not giving a speech. Sir, about the bonda.
What I like, the quality and the size. If the members are more, you may not get 2, you will get only 1. You are expecting 2 and finally you may not get 1. You have to share with a friend.
Correct. Imagine you want to do a club quality check, audit, and you're coming here and asking, guys, what are the problems you're facing in the club? And you get one problem like this. How annoying it is. We are trying to improve the quality of the club. One man saying, Bonda is not enough. I want 2. You're not giving too much. And even the filling sometimes is very less, right? Absolutely. And then it is not fried properly. So
Somebody says that there should be a vegetable upma
vegetable upma instead of bonda or along with bonda?
along with
Along with bonda. Who is noting it down? Because these are serious allegations. It is coming during a humorous educational session, but these are very serious allegations. Please note it down and make necessary changes. Otherwise, he's going to switch to another club. Next 6 months, he'll be out of this club, mind you. Okay. Now, these are the pain points. Any other pain point you were talking about? Timer. What is a pain point? Any situation that you could talk about? Like you are delivering a speech and suddenly instead of green, he presses the orange. And you suddenly get lost.
So the timer realizes that speech was not for 4 to 6 minutes, he thinks that it's for lesser time.
And then he immediately switches. Yeah, switches, and then sometimes even the red will go without
Even the
buzzer goes without any of the lights. Right? So things like this happen. Now tell me, is it easy to write a humorous speech? It's all in our thinking. The problem is we start with expectations and then we try to come backwards. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You need to talk about the problems that we have gone through in life. If you actually go back and unwind and listen to some of the speeches people have given, they've all actually spoken about their pain points. They converted that into humor. Laughing at your problems is the best way to write a humorous speech. You take any subject, attitude, premise, your sketch is done. Your sketch is done. So first put down all the pain points under those 2 categories. You will get enough pain points because it is easy to find mistakes in others. It's easy to find mistakes. The moment I asked him, what is your pain point? Bonda, grammarian, accountant. So many things are coming up. I said, what are the instances that you have laughed in your club? They all think very long. In fact, now sometime back we laughed. Beyond that, you can't think. But when you want to try and look for a pain point, you will immediately come with pain points. Now, how do I proceed from here? Now, first is self-deprecating humor. I'm sure many of you have heard this so many times, but still, this is the only thing that will absolutely work in any humorous speech because you're only offending yourself, you're not offending anybody else. Self-deprecating humor. Like example, many times speakers come here and ask, am I audible? I also ask another question, am I visible? It's very difficult. People are looking through the shoulders. Where is the speaker? So that's the reason I use the stage. I walk 2 steps. And people in this room are absolutely happy. Now I can see. Then I walk another 3 steps. This is, oh yeah, he's the guy. Right? So you can use self-deprecating humor. What happens in self-deprecating humor is you're making the audience superior than you. And audience love it. When you make them superior than you, they love it. And they laugh at it. And it's the safest joke that you can ever crack. A self-deprecating humor. Now that I've told you self-deprecating humor, you can't all the time come and do a self-deprecating humor because you don't qualify at times. You don't qualify like me to ask, am I visible? The guy who did the marathon speech, he can't come and ask, am I visible? No way. You're not going to laugh. What stupidity is that? Right? So you need to figure out if there is a physical trait, especially a physical trait, that you can use to do a self-deprecating humor. And if the response is good, you can afford to even extend that self-deprecating humor. When I asked you, am I visible? Imagine you don't laugh. Then I'll have to switch to some other technology or technique to do it. I shouldn't extend this. Since you laughed, I kind of extended it and said, I'll walk 2 steps so that these people can see me. And there was some extended humor there. Otherwise, don't take a chance. The very first time you utter a joke, please do not take it to step 1, step 2, step 3. if there is no response. It's going to be a disaster. But if you think that it is going to work, you can straight away start taking the 3 steps and don't go beyond 3 steps. So have your pieces in buckets, and according to situations, use that. Another problem that we all have is we write the script, we go to the mentor very clearly says, 3rd line, there is a laughter, within brackets he will say, pause for 2 seconds, people will laugh. And you pause. Audience will also pause. Then you really don't know how to go forward. You completely forget what you had to tell because you're waiting for the laughter. I've seen people crack jokes and according to their mentor, they're supposed to take a pause and they'll wait. Nobody's laughing. Then they'll start requesting. That warm innocent face they'll put. Some people will, poor guy, yeah, let me laugh. And then in the process, you completely forget. So never expect the audience to laugh as per your script, because humor is very subjective. Many times I've tried the same joke, it has never worked. And I was puzzled, why is it not working? It worked yesterday, but it's not working today. And you should never show your nervousness in front of the audience, especially when you're doing a humorous speech. Never ever show your nervousness. In fact, there was this captain of the ship who was the coolest guy on earth. He was standing at the tip of the ship as they were sailing. And there was the soldier who came running and said, "Captain, you are the most coolest guy. How is that?" And the captain said, "That isn't me. I'm usually very cool." And suddenly the soldier sees an enemy ship coming towards him. And then he says, "Captain, there is an enemy ship coming towards us." "Oh yeah? Don't bother. Go get my red shirt." The enemy attacks, these guys retaliate, and finally they chase the enemy away. The soldier comes running and says, "Captain, that was awesome. We chased the enemy out. But why that red shirt?" He said, "I'm the captain of the ship. If I get hurt and you see me bleed, it will demotivate you soldiers. That's the reason I asked you for the red shirt." The soldier was brimming with pride about his captain. Suddenly there's another soldier who comes running and says, "Captain, there are 20 ships coming towards us." The captain said, "Oh yeah, go get my yellow pant." There's something called a pregnant pause in humor. Whenever you do an intellectual joke or a thinking joke, you need to make use of a pregnant pause, where you need to allow the audience to consume what you have said, analyze that, and then laugh. This was one such joke, where I had to give a pause for people to understand what that yellow pant was. And in one club I went, I delivered this, and my message was, however scared you are in front of the audience, you got to put a brave face. And I put this joke as a joke. They laughed, they rolled on the floor and laughed after, of course, 2-3 seconds. I was like, wow, this is working. The very next week, I went into Eon Herit and I said this joke. Nobody laughed. They were all seriously looking at me for the next part of the joke. First of all, they didn't even know this was a joke. And suddenly one lady from the back, she rose her hand. "Sir, why yellow pant?"
And everybody laughed.
I was not prepared. I was like, yellow pant. I think you should Google, there is this joke there. That's the only time I was stuck with this joke, and I decided I will never take this risk ever. And in fact, I stopped telling this joke for a very long time. But I still continue to try this joke everywhere. So it is very subjective. What works here will not work there, and you have to be extremely careful. But many of us get scared if it doesn't work, and we get stuck. Just keep moving, keep moving. It is not a disaster. You try. Humorous speech is not necessarily about winning. It is about going there and trying something you've never done. That's why you need to contest. Don't contest to win. Don't contest to go to the district level. Contest to win against yourself. And humorous speech is the only speech that will put you in that spot and will fix you there. I learned it the hard way. I lost it and I was humiliated, and I decided that I'll work on humor. So the next part, in fact, before I close down, I want to just rush into this part. Self-deprecating humor. And another one is exaggeration, what some of you told. And we all know exaggeration really works. Now when you get into the pain point, you need to start laughing at the pain point. Write down the pain point. Like example, the grammarian always irritates me. And then keep reading that and start laughing. I like that exercise when your president started. I raised my hand and all of you laughed. I was sitting at the end and it looked so funny. We all for no reason laughing. Ha ha ha. I thought I came into a laughter club. Right? You deliberately start laughing at that pain point, you will start seeing humor there. Humor will start developing there. I'm not joking. I've done this personally and it starts working. You will start laughing. You know why? When you start laughing, you will think about all those funniest moments that happened, and you also will look at it from a funny angle. Very, very important to look at things from a funny angle. So you will start laughing, and then you should see how I can build an exaggeration here. To be honest, the grammarian did not come out of the bathroom, but he came late, didn't you? I saw him rushing from there and coming and sitting, and immediately when the grammarian was called, he stood up and gave the grammarian thing. I thought, why don't I exaggerate, right? And then I linked him up with the bathroom, and instead of that door, I used this door, and then it became a little humorous. So that is how you start exaggerating. So blatantly exaggerate, but it has to be your personal experience. Humor can never be copied. Please don't copy all those WhatsApp jokes and Facebook jokes. If at all you want to copy jokes from Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. Chances are people won't have heard it. Not that early, right? There are these jokes still available. In fact, that's my personal experience. I actually go look for Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Greek jokes. The problem is they're all in their respective languages. And Google Translator comes to help. And the joke becomes sometimes very serious when Google translates. And I think, is this a joke at all? But sometimes they're amazing jokes. They're amazing jokes. And I used a couple of times and it really worked. In fact, there's one joke that I read. In fact, somebody has translated that into English as well. And the speaker comes here and just talks about, he says, oh yeah, before I start the speech, did any of you lose a bundle of 100 rupee note wrapped in a rubber band? Because we just got the rubber band. Very nice way of putting it, right? And we all are thinking, oh, okay, is it serious? Did anybody lose? Did I lose? And then suddenly he says, we found the rubber band. So now what we mean by this is, you need to build up and then break the build up. And that becomes a joke. Can any of you give me an example, a quick example of building up and breaking it to bring the joke? Don't tell me you've not got any jokes in WhatsApp, blah, blah, blah.
Nothing would be cute.
Oh no, okay. Have you heard this rule of three? Some of them would have said the rule of three. Rule of three is nothing but boom, boom, bang. Boom, boom, bang. There are three things that you need to tell. The third thing is a twist.
Can I give
Yeah.
an example? We have lost people like Gandhiji, people like Nehruji, and now we are losing Rahul Gandhi.
Okay? For some time we will take the taboo out. We have lost people like Gandhiji, Nehruji, and now we are losing Rahul Gandhi. Okay. Jai Modi. Okay? Alright? Yeah, good example. Anything else? We IT guys are so stressed, so depressed, but well dressed. Make sense? So what happens is you kind of build the truth. Stressed, depressed, and the third natural truth is something beyond that. And then you break it there and say well dressed. One, it can rhyme with the previous words. Sometimes it need not even rhyme. Like for example, you said Gandhiji, Nehruji, and Rahul. So the Gandhi G is coming there, right? So can you just tell me some example like this? You've not heard? Something like this?
Like, love, loss.
Sorry?
Like, love, loss.
Like, love, loss. Okay. So basically you're building up and then, okay, fine.
Accountants do not die, they only lose balance.
Accountants do not die, but they only lose balance. Wow, wonderful. Okay. Anything else? Quickly. Okay.
I wait for her, I await for her, but see.
I wait for her, I wait for her.
but she gone somebody.
We've gone with something. Okay.
She's gone with
Okay.
somebody.
So did you make this right now? Looks like he's been constantly thinking. But look at the characteristics of people, okay? He's always bothered about marriage, wife, she making me wait. He's not even going around that subject, okay? He's just stuck. I like that, man. That focus is very important in life. You will one day make a humorous speech about your marriage and you will definitely win. Yeah? So rule of 3, please keep this in mind, and if you can make, when you're looking at the pain points, if you can make a rule of 3, that is boom, boom, bang, is a concept. In fact, you can Google this and you will find definitely some good examples about this. And if you can just make that into a humor, it will definitely work. And if you're bringing in characters, finally, because my time is up, if you're bringing in characters, don't bring more than 3 characters in your humorous speech. Very important. Because people don't want to consume beyond the 3 characters because they'll get confused. And again, when you're naming the characters, make sure that people can digest those characters easily. Mile Waganan, no. Mile is good. Mile Waganan is very difficult for people to understand. So make it very easy, connectable names. In fact, that's very important.
Very simple name.
Very
Simple name like Jayan.
simple names like JayaNarayanan. Yeah, definitely works. Zach, definitely works. And the last point, I have to wind up because that red has been blinking and hurting my eye. So, the last point I want to mention is spontaneity. Most of us do not take this risk. We have a script, we will not go beyond that script. Please be open to tweaking your speech until you get on the stage. Until you climb on the stage, please feel free to tweak your speech because it is not about winning, it is about going and doing something different that people thought you won't be able to do. What is one thing that I did spontaneously today? Grammarian? Bathroom?
Yeah.
It is definitely not in my script, right? People really appreciate spontaneity. People love spontaneity. For example, Manoj Vasudevan in his ISC speech, the one place where he got maximum laughter was when he did a recall of Aditya's girlfriend Neha. It was not in his speech. He came here and said, when I was 23, I did not have a girlfriend like Neha. And you should watch that speech on YouTube. It had tremendous amount of laughter. Because people love spontaneity because they think that this guy did not build it, he just got it right now. And they love it. And the humor is around you. Just around you. If you're thinking beyond 100,000 feet, you're going to lose. You just look around you, there is humor. Just turn around and look at that person you will love. Try doing that today. Something in them will make you laugh. Something that he came and spoke today, or something mannerism that he did today, or the way he's sitting also. When I sit there, I keep watching people. Many of us have some mannerisms that will induce laughter. Just that I can't come here and openly talk about it. But it does induce laughter. But you can always replace that person with somebody else and induce laughter. So that you don't offend people, because humor is right around you. So my request today for you is to think of a subject, think of an attitude, think of a premise, and start building a speech that is not humorous, that is painful. That's really painful. Version 3, your humor will start ticking in. Version 4, the humor will be there. Version 5, you'll start giggling. Version 6, you'll start laughing. Version 21, the audience will start laughing. So keep writing, attempt the speech contest this time. Let us see who wins. Thank you for this opportunity.